Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel. This is the post-match therapy. Today's video, we're going to be discussing the defeat to West Ham on Sunday. We want to know your thoughts and opinions on that. Have your feelings changed since yesterday's game? But just get it all in the comments below. Smash that like button. How are you, most importantly? Are you a little bit more refreshed? Have you had time to think from that game yesterday?
Listen. I've got over it.
Good. The smile's back.
I've got over it. I've listened to Ten Hag. Not all of it was positive. But going forward, we're going to bounce back. We're going to do it. We've got the 3 home games. That's what Ten Hag believes. The team's going to rally round. We've got a week off for the first time. Hey, it's all looking rosy as far as I'm concerned. I'm back. I think United are going to be back, and I think they're going to be quite capable of winning the 3 home games and maybe even pinch a point at Bournemouth.
Well, I'm glad you're back because the previous couple of videos before their match reactions, you were a little subdued, a bit worried about Manchester United getting top 4. But one thing you did say when this season started, expect chaos.
Yes.
And I think we are in a little bit of chaos at the moment as where we're going to finish at the end of the season.
I think that's why I'm happy. I think that is why I'm happy, right? Because it has come to what I thought it would be, chaos. And it has been chaos the last few weeks. We've not been doing the right things on the pitch. We've not been scoring. I've actually thought, to be honest with you, the defence has looked good. And it's mistakes what are costing us. Luke Shaw, for instance, David De Gea. I wasn't expecting them mistakes. But to be honest with you, I am now back, officially back, on board with Man United going for that top 4 spot. But that's not the only thing. I'm back because I think the 3 home games we've got will put us in the right frame of mind for that cup final. Yesterday was poor finishing, poor by David De Gea. But I also think that playing Malacia was a poor decision as well.
Why do you think that?
Because I thought Dalot and Wan-Bissaka deserved to be there. And Malacia playing against a big West Ham side, I think he was overawed. And I think he got bullied at times. It didn't help when he got booked. And I think the young lad really should be introduced into the team and be at Old Trafford where he feels more secure, and that we've seen it with players before where they've been out of the comfort zone. And he's learning his trade at Old Trafford. And I thought it was a bit much for him. So Dalot, for me, I thought that was a glaring mistake by Ten Hag. But hey, that weren't the reason we got beat.
Yeah, we will go more into that. And like you say, the last 2 away games, West Ham and Brighton, we have lost the game through 2 individual mistakes with Luke Shaw at Brighton and David De Gea at West Ham, but it still doesn't cover up the problems in attack that we just ain't scoring goals. We ain't being clinical enough and killing teams off.
No, it's the shooting. It's putting the ball in the net. And we have said it time and time again. We can only hope that he changes that front lineup because it does look leggy. It does look weary. And to be honest, 4 games left. He has no option but to change it. He has to change his opinion about certain players up there doing a job. And maybe tactically, he might have to change it. Listen, going into the Wolves game, it's a poor Wolves side, okay? They've escaped relegation. Will they really be up for the fight? Ten Hag has got to get the right team out there and the right tactics. And we've got to go for it. And then maybe a good win against Wolves, scoring a few goals, will get us back bouncing, really, and get the fans back bouncing, because we are disappointed, we are annoyed, and we are not super critical, but we're critical of certain things what have crept into the game lately, and quite rightly so.
You are a bit too bouncy for me. And you've got to remember, last year Wolves come to Old Trafford and got the win. But going forward, you're saying about...
Well, you're trying to put me on a downer here.
I'm not trying to put you on a downer. I'm just trying to bring you back down a little bit.
No.
Just to look forward.
Okay.
But you're saying change things tactically up front, maybe changing players in certain positions. But there's not really that much to choose from as I see it. So what would you choose up front?
You criticised Bruno not being in the right place, playing somewhere else.
I didn't criticise Bruno, criticised Erik Ten Hag for putting Bruno on the left-hand side.
That's right, okay. And Bruno didn't have a really good game, but that wasn't because of Bruno himself. It was because of where he was played. It's simple, this. You put Weghorst on. He's not a centre forward. He didn't play as a centre forward. So why don't you just play 4-4-2?
You love 4-4-2, yeah.
Why don't you just play 4-4-2? Change it up. Get some wingers out there, right? And just attack with the midfield. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got two holding midfielders there. I don't see what's wrong with that. Weghorst isn't going to score your goals. Okay? Waste of time, keeps coming back into the midfield. Yes, we've had the nice little bounce off Weghorst when he come and all that, right? But it's old that now, okay? It's just like a Tom Jones song, do you know what I mean? It's played out now. It's gone. It's in the past. His form, what he brought to the team isn't there now.
Yeah, no, I understand. And if he was to mix it up like that, my only concern then is, well, what actual natural wingers have we got at the club? For me, on the left-hand side, you'd have to go with Garnacho. And on the right-hand side, if you're actually looking for an old-school right winger and what we've got at the club, I'd have to put Palestri on that right-hand side.
What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. You're looking at it, you're sounding as though, that'll be a step too far. It's not a step too far. It's not a step too far. And at the end of the day, he shouldn't be worried about having to drop Eriksen, for instance, right, to play Bruno and Casemiro there with Palestri and with Garnacho on the right. What's wrong with that? And then he's got a choice of up front, which is Rashford and Marcel. I don't see anything wrong with that. We're at home. It's Fortress Old Trafford. Change it up. Give a bit of spirit. Give a bit of life into the team. And also let other players know, hey, you've got to work harder to get in this team.
Yeah, he did mention in his press conference, Erik ten Hag, as well, that, well, when he was asked about the players with fatigue, they're feeling tired, and straight away he come out with that tiredness. It's all in your head. So there's no issue there with any of these players being tired as far as he's concerned. So it's just basically Manchester United, they've just not been playing as a team together, forming patterns of play to actually, with the end result, getting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, the patterns of play, right, look okay at the back, passing to the midfield. The midfield looks okay to the edge of the area.
So you're telling me from the back, from David De Gea?
No, not David De Gea. I never mentioned David. Do not put them words in my mouth.
No, I'm just making
not
it
after
clear
yesterday.
I think people out there might put it into your mouth, so I want it clear.
Not after yesterday's performance, no.
Okay.
Right. No, the back four get the ball and they get it to that midfield once they're moving forward, right? But it's how static they are on the edge of the box. We don't have anybody in the box. So what wingers are there being used are a waste of time. That's why I want Rashford and Martial. And I think against the Wolves side, you need two forwards up there. They will sit there. They will play the ball and they will hold. So let's go for it. We shouldn't really have a worry at the back about Wolves attacking us. That's how I look at it. But yesterday's performance, right, West Ham didn't really attack continuously. They had breaks.
Yeah, more counter-attacking.
More counter-attacking. And they played a solid game at the back. And United, again, did not get round the back. And that has been going on for a long, long time, well before Ten Hag got here. A change in the system, changing the tactics, going forward, a good week's rest, let's bounce back. And I feel as though we will now. I've got over my depression. I've got over my anger. So let's look forward. And quite right, we should look forward. Manchester United are in a great position. So let's just crack on.
Okay. When we did mention in our match reactions yesterday, mentioned obviously about David De Gea and what our opinions are.
Yes.
With him going forward with Manchester United. Now, Erik ten Hag said totally different, and he wants David De Gea to stay at Manchester United and sign a new deal. Do you think that's he wants David De Gea, to stay as Manchester United's number one, or will he be as a backup goalkeeper and us buying a goalkeeper in the summer?
You don't pay that much money for a player, right? No, I'll rephrase that. You don't give somebody that much money each week, right, and make him a number two. He wants him as number one. That's what he gave. But I have to listen to Ten Hag and say to myself, he can't come out and totally rubbish David De Gea's performance against West Ham and also then start criticising this mistake keeps happening again. He can't kick the ball out. He can't pass the ball to the edge of the area.
Tell us.
Because it would like demoralise the running. It would demoralise certain players. And at the end of the day, you've seen what it did under Ralph Rangnick. Ralph Rangnick just started criticising. But then again, he knew he was going. Ten Hag's here. He's managing the players. And he's not that type of manager. He'll put an arm round players. What he needs to do from yesterday, right, is just put an arm round that Anthony, right, and drag him back in and just calm him down and just get him firing again, because he has got off the ball. And when he got brought off, he wasn't happy.
So you're saying not go like with the Ralph Rangnick approach of coming out criticising
No.
players. Do you think that Erik ten Hag's then got a concern, if he did come out and do that, players might start downing tools, or just a lack of confidence, it goes out the window?
When you've not played well in certain aspects of the game and that, you need like a kick up the backside, or you need an arm round you and things like that. And that's what he does. And at the end of the day, Ten Hag knows that in the summer, he will be ruthless. The time is not to be ruthless, giving comments out about players playing bad. He will put an arm round them.
But if he was a Manchester United player, it's hard to think about that, us, just being as we are, just Manchester United fans. But if you're a Manchester United player, Erik ten Hag's going to be ruthless in the summer. Why aren't some of these players putting it in?
Maybe Ten Hag's got it wrong about players being tired. He might say physically, but mentally, some of them might be tired. I look at Casemiro and I think to myself, he doesn't seem switched on. He doesn't seem as quick thinking, alert, passing the ball. Yeah. He's not quick with the tackles. He seems to be just off key with it all.
He always used to be like 2 steps ahead with
always
his passing, especially getting out of tight situations.
Yeah.
And getting the ball up
front. He looks mentally tired. So I think physically they might not be. It might show up. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's physically all right. But I think mentally it might have got to some of them, which might be a worry. But I don't believe these last 4 games, the mentality is going to let them down. I think they'll bounce back here. I think in my heart, I know they will.
In your heart?
In my heart.
So you think the remaining games, it shouldn't be a problem? We'll finish 4th place. 3 remaining home games as well?
3 home games. The way United have played all season, yes, the away games have been disappointing in many of them, but the home form with the crowd, they seem to gel. There is a constant flow of football, constant flow of chances. Yes, all the chances don't go in. That's a big criticism. But I do believe that the Old Trafford crowd, being at home, Man United just
like the 12th man.
Yeah, they just seem to gel. And the crowd has to get behind them going forward, because we have to pick up some fluid football and get back to playing the free-flowing football, what we used to at Old Trafford, and then look forward to the final. Yesterday, disappointing. I've put it behind me. It doesn't exist anymore.
Ooh. Big words. I know you're smiling. You're smiling.
Listen, yesterday.
What do you want me to say after that?
Listen, with Newcastle losing yesterday, it was an opportunity missed.
Yeah,
and it was also an opportunity missed to go a little bit further ahead of Liverpool and put pressure on them. But it never happened. So we have to look at the positives. And the positives are 3 home games. And what have we really done wrong at Old Trafford this year? Nothing really.
Yeah, I'm not worried myself. I've got to play devil's advocate now and again just to get both sides of the argument out. But let us know if you're worried about Manchester United getting top 4 or finishing in the top 4 at the end of the season. I'm not currently worried yet. We need the 3 points against Wolves. Anything less than that, then I might start getting worried.
Yeah. But I'm not worried about the players, okay? Because I know that a load of them are going to get shipped out, okay? Some people thought when Ten Hag come that players got shipped out. They didn't. Contracts run out. They left. But this summer, Ten Hag will actually get rid of players whose contracts haven't run out. And that's the difference this summer.
I'll finish it on this, though.
Go on, then.
It's easy for us to sit here and say these players need to go, that player needs to go, but a lot of them players over there are on big, big contracts. And, you're going to look at the transfer fees as well. Will they get that same amount of money at other clubs? You look at Harry Maguire. Me personally, I think Harry Maguire will still be at Manchester United next season, because I don't see another team in the Premier League who are in the top 6, top 7, maybe top 8, who will be wanting to take Harry Maguire and take his wages on. So if you're Harry Maguire, you still get picked for England, whether you play for Manchester United or not. So is he happy staying at Manchester United? Could possibly pick up another trophy next season, and he can just come in and come out as the Manchester United side as of when's needed from Erik ten Hag and still get picked for England. So I think there's still problems there with certain players who are on the fringes, who we could be getting rid of or should get rid of. But I still think it will be a bit of a sticky situation for him to leave.
I'm not going to comment on Harry Maguire because I'm sick to death of the Harry Maguire conversation out there in the world with the media and everything. I'm all right with you.
I was just about to say, okay, sorry.
No. Never be sorry, son. Right? Harry Maguire, you brought it up. That's fine.
Yeah, I was just using him as an example, though. Yeah, I didn't want to bring you down or anything.
No, you're not going to bring me down. No, you're not going to bring me down. Harry Maguire, I'm sick of the conversation with him. We all know what's going to happen with Harry Maguire in the summer. We all know.
I'll just give my honest opinion.
No, that's fine.
I'm not too sure. I think he might be still at United at the end of the season, but I'm going to put a full stop on that.
Okay.
So we don't have to talk about H.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today. Just thought I'd do a brief overview, a bit of a chat on what went on yesterday in the West Ham game. As ever, get involved with your opinions, your comments. Love to see it. Love to read them and interact with all of yous. And going forward, Tony's upbeat. He's looking forward to the end, the running of the season. He's happy now. It's brilliant to see. Let us know in the comments how you feel. And yeah, smash a like if you've enjoyed the video. If you've not already subscribed as well, please think about subscribing. And we will be back on Tuesday with a roundup of the latest Manchester United news. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.